Hello, my friends. It is time. We are here with the creme de la creme, the top 500 tier 6 grand finals, the best of the best, going head to head to determine not only who is the king of T6, but the king of NAEU. We have your grand champions from tier 5 in spring 2020 in A. We have your grand champions from spring 2020 EU T6 with Flying Gorillas taking on Free Takeaways. Billy, it doesn't get more hype than this match.
I mean, it's America versus Europe. I mean, we've never had anything like this in the history of the CGL. So this has actually turned out to be kind of a happenstance that it works out really well for us here. And I couldn't be happier. I mean, we're getting to see the best from Europe versus the best from America. It's going to be a drag down knockout fight. I'm expecting at least 4 maps. At least because it's going to be.
It's a first to 4, so I say that's a safe bet, my friend.
Hey, I'm a safe better here. I'm a safe better here. Responsible betting.
Hot take. Our first to 4 is going to at least 4 maps.
No, I have no idea how this is going to go, though. I have zero idea how this is going to shape out. I mean, I got the codes that were sent to me. They were all cut out. All I saw was the code. So I saw what I saw.
That's an important note. We may cast from replays, but we absolutely do not watch anything beforehand. We live in the moment just like you are at home. We want to be right there, soaking in every moment of this awesome match. Let's take a look at our bracket. Let's see how our teams got here. So T6 was a very small group on both ends. NA and EU got combined for playoffs. So that's how we're ending up with this legendary matchup. Free Takeaways coming in 9-0 have been perfect the entire season. You can see their semifinals didn't drop a map, but in that same vein, down in the NA or down in Flying Gorillas versus CSM. Also a 3-0. So both teams coming in with a full head of steam. Flying Gorillas were 8-1. Coming into playoffs. So have only dropped 1 series for the entirety of fall 2020. This is 2 teams coming in at their best. Full heads of steam, sails full of wind and momentum.
You want the best of the best, and so that's what we're going to get. That's what we're going to bring to you tonight. Not only from the screen, but also from Bullskunk and I. We are moving full steam ahead here through our playoffs, and I mean, this is the night. This is Xbox nights to shine, and I have been looking forward to this ever since the rosters got put up earlier in fall 2020. I've been looking forward to this game since way back then. So now we get to see what is going to be brought out from both the sides here, and Joe Mack being the captain of Flying Gorillas. Let me tell you what. This is one of the classiest captains, managers, org owners, whatever.
Free takeaways.
Free takeaways. Sorry. I put the wrong team name on my sheet. I'm sorry. One of the nicest captains that I've had the pleasure of talking with and interacting with throughout their time in the CGL. So I really wanted to put out to Joe right there. Man, thank you so much for being a class act.
As far as I remember, I'm not 100% correct, but from the little birdie that was whispering in my ear, Joe Mack has never lost a T6 grand final. Every time the team, whatever team Joe Mack is on, is the one that takes it. And looking at that roster, you've got Joe Mack and Naga leading the charge on the front line. You've got Mighties and NGL there to put the hurt down with Harvey and Jack Carney keeping the team alive and standing, starting off for Free Takeaway. Starters for Flying Gorillas. You know the names. Been around CGL forever. You've got Worst Shatter and Ricky. You've got Vobindo and Scoldy in the damage department with Bryax and Carissy Chan doing the support role. This is a legendary matchup. I'm anxious to see what these teams got. I'm anxious these teams to show the world what console Overwatch can do.
And if I remember in talking with the captains and seeing the discussions that were going on when they were planning this match, I do believe that they used the minimum latency feature to make it as equal as possible so that the ping was around the same for everybody. So if that was the case, and I do believe it was, everybody was sitting on about 150 ping. I think that's what it ended up averaging out to.
Nice. So it leveled the playing field. I didn't realize that. That is a great bit of information and good to know. What sportsmanship.
Yeah, and I think that my camera is doing the
Oh,
trying
it's
to
all
suck
right.
me back into the Matrix again.
Nobody can tell. I saw that. Like, yeah, we'll go to the map pool screen. It's fine. It's fine. This is a 1-4 matchup. Top seed getting first pick with free takeaways coming in 9-0. I believe this was their map pick, Lijiang Tower, to start things off. It will be a loser pick series from there. So, you go down a map, you got a choice to take it to the battlefield of your choosing, take it to a place where you're strong, you've got plans. I love this format, and I'm anxious to get started. That's enough yapping out of us. Let's get to the stars of the show. That's our players. That's our teams hitting the battlefield. We're going to Lijiang Tower. We're starting off on Gardens.
Garden. Yeah.
Come on, capture card. Load in capture card.
Yeah, come on, capture.
Come on,
you can do it. But still, I mean, what we've been seeing a lot of is the rush round comps right now. And it just depends on what DPS you're going to run with it. Of course, Control being the outlier here. Free takeaways will be in the red. We will see Flying Gorillas in the blue.
Yeah, my capture card's doing weirdness. Hold on.
All right. We're going to stand by for just a few seconds.
You can talk about it, but I haven't gone live with it yet. It worked before I went live, all right? Like, I had it up and running. I test all these things. And, of course, when you get in the moment of, something's going to break, like, it wouldn't be appropriate otherwise. Something's got to break, I suppose. All right, here.
As the Europeans are usually loath to say, NA production. They always say with something like NA production.
But
seriously.
Of course.
We will see our screen coming up soon with them, but yeah, this is going to be interesting. I really want to see what the EU side, because EU sides, we've seen a lot out of the especially like the open division. They seem to tend to run a ball diva a lot more than necessarily running the Rhine diva or the Rhine Zarya. So if they're going that route, obviously the compositions are going to have to be able to change on the fly. So, it's just going to what's going to run out? Is it going to be the rushdown comp that you see a lot going on North American side, or is it going to be the highly mobile tanks coming from the European side? And we will find that out here shortly. But
I'm just getting this all dialed in. Apologies, friends. We're just building the tension. This is very intentional, just to build the hype. I'm totally doing this on purpose. I swear. There we go. All right. Tension built. Lijiang Tower started. And your camera's all fuzzy. We're off to a strong start tonight, Billy.
So sad for my camera. I've got one. I got a new one. My new camera came in today. Thank you, Amazon.
Nice. You're in the blizzard right now. But you know what's in the clear? That's going to be our matchup right here. Flying Gorillas starting off in the blue. Free takeaways in the red. And, getting some Wrecking Ball Diva coming out of the EU squad with the FAR and to pour some damage in through the windows. Looks like a little Reinhardt rush down with the May McCree from Flying Gorillas.
Yep, and I mean, they're both carrying a BAP into this, so obviously Immortality Barrier. The best cooldown, the best deployable in all of Overwatch, as rated by yours truly, and Bullskunk and Ocean. Other than the Orb of Destruction, probably the best deployable in the game, so both teams recognizing that value coming out of it. But I like the fact that the free takeaways have taken the point first, and they're going to force Flying Gorillas to come to them.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow rotation from the Gorillas. Not what I expected. They make their way to the point before the objective unlocks. And now we're kind of planting their flag and getting settled. You can see Scully there trying to isolate Jomac. Jomac just running into walls and cannot find the escape. Gets frozen up and deleted. First of all, here in our T6 Grand Finals, Warshatter with a nice Fire Strike. It's going to take Harvey down. BAP is gone. DPS cut off. It's Goldie overextends just a little bit, gets taken out, but all the while, Flying Gorillas now have control of the objective and are trying to find these exit kills. But NGL strikes back as well. Free takeaways are going to get themselves right back into this fight. Lickety split, Billy.
Yeah, but that's a great pin coming in from Warshatter, taking the main tank out, and Jomac. So now, I mean, look at that. Beautiful beautiful pathing there from Ricky, getting up into the face of NGL with the barrage in hand. That's going to be absolutely beneficial to them. And I mean, NGL is going to have to come back from spawn and try to get the positioning in here to drop that barrage.
Yeah, I think I was looking for it on that other attack as Chrissy picks up yet another kill. Already has Sound Barrier online, ready to go. Can anticipate the barrage coming out perhaps. Get a little bit extra shielding to help survive it. Otherwise, just use it on tempo and push in. Not really a big ult they have to worry about, such as the Blizzard coming out from Scoldy onto free takeaways right now. He's going to force free takeaways back as the barrage comes over the top. Ant Matrix up there as well, combined with a Deadeye, and it's going to net them a couple of kills. So free takeaways with a bit of an advantage. Vobendo's going to take Naga down, but Brax does fall. Shatter coming through, as does the Rez, and Flying Gorillas are not going to be dislodged that easily. Where Shatter does eventually go down, and that will eventually flip the point, but still a little bit of stall on this objective.
Yeah, I mean, they're just rotating in. I mean, it looks like Ricky might be trying to get back in for one more touch, but that flip does come through. So now it's a tactical reset. You've got 3 ultimates coming up online into the next fight. Nothing on board other than maybe the self-destruct coming from Naga. I mean, basically Valkyrie's a throwaway ult anyways. So, I mean, you can really, set up your attack here. Try to see what you can get. Maybe with the Ant Matrix being set up by Bryax on the corner here and see if you can dislodge the team from where they're trying to sit.
Deadeye start things off, picking Jack out of the sky. Self-destruct thrown over. Just forces Mighty's right in this Goldie's sights. It's a quick 2 kills for Flying Gorillas. Now, can they flip the points? Those are the stalliest objectives in the entirety of Overwatch, but that Maywall will prevent too much of a recontest, and a nice flashbang to put Jomac in hot water. Now it's the Farah's turn to come in and try and stall, but NGL can't quite get the barrage up in time. So it's the Moth's turn, just one by one. 3 takeaways are making their way on this objective and buying as much percentage as they can.
Yeah, and I mean, Jack right now is doing a great job of just playing do-si-do with the members of Flying Gorilla, and here comes a Deadeye out from Z Mighties. Will he be able to catch anything with it?
Well, I had the tank's undivided attention, and then NGL was able to sneak a barrage in over the top. Gets res back up, and now the Blizzard comes through as both teams are fighting with limited reinforcements on this point. Scoldy and Vobendo each pick up a kill as Flying Gorillas try to move back in. Warshatter has made his way back into the fight. Nice wall blocking off Jomac, who's going to fall yet again in this fight.
Yeah, but they do get to 88%, so a little bit better hold there, a little bit better stall coming from the free takeaways. But you've got the Ad Matrix coming up online, so you might be able to get out here into this open courtyard and pour damage in and let NGL take the backside and pump the damage in from the other side. Put their heads on a swivel. Don't let them know exactly where you're coming from.
Deadeye coming out from the back. Getting into final fight territory. What a shot! Oh, wow. Talk about threading the needle. And then follows it up with a nice flash onto NGL, who cannot get out of there. Had wasted their jump jet just before the flash came out and then had no escape. Scoldy right on top of it with a pair of kills to close out this fight. And Flying Gorillas will take our opening round.
I mean, that's just filth in a handbag right there. I mean, threading the needle? Are you kidding me?
Oh,
that shouldn't have worked.
Oh, perfect positioning.
Perfect positioning, perfect letting loose with it with the Deadeye as well. So, I mean, once he saw those red skulls get lined up, he just let loose with it and he took what he got out of it. And I mean, taking a triple is obviously the best scenario there for him. The flashbang that he rolled into, though, I thought that was even better. Making sure that NGL on the Farah couldn't get away. And then Chrissy dropping that sound barrier just to make sure that everybody was good in case there was any last-second contests. So, now we go to Control Center. Now I want to see the brawl. Now I want to see them up in each other's faces. I'm loving what I'm seeing coming out from free takeaways. They're running the Ryan Diva, or the Ryan Zarya. You've got the May and the Junkrat. That is a F-ton of damage coming out from them.
Very different rotations, both of our teams. Free takeaways going straight to the point. Gorilla's coming out of server room and then charging in. Walls up. It's getting claustrophobic. And Chrissy Shade gets a pair of kills back to back. Very quick, swift, like the fast frog that they are. And that just opens things up wide for Flying Gorilla.
Speed kills, ladies and gentlemen. Speed kills, and that is exactly what you saw from Christy Chan on that Lucio. getting 2 kills of their own and then 2 assists to boot. Yeah, absolute value being shown right there. But, you know, Scoldy versus Mighty's right now, you know, Mighty's is a little bit ahead in the ult economy. On 42%, Scoldy's got to start landing a little more of these icicles going in.
FT coming back in with the mirror. Swapped over to a McCree of their own. Early walls used, and now Gorillas just back up and drop their Ant Matrix, trying to lure takeaways in. But they do a good job of just kind of staying back. They don't take the bait on that one. They're just going to kite out of the way. And, oh no! Oh, but the Shatter! Worst Shatter getting absolute huge worth out of that one. Oh man, what a flank. Just gets in right behind the shield of Jomac and finds 5.
Think I'm gonna be sick because that was a disgusting Shatter right there. Oh my god, living up to his name. Yeah, definitely worth there. So I mean, just the one ultimate right there to win the fight, and now you're crossing 60%. Looks like you're gonna have the Blizzard coming up from Mighty's. Let's see if they can combine that maybe with the Deadeye.
I mean, the Deadeye out from both sides, as a matter of fact. Walls in everybody's face. Cowboys are trying to get around the Glaciers, but no such luck. NGL does eventually find Worst Shatter. Good opening pick for FT on this fight. Harvey's going to kill their counterpart as well, so it's a 2-player advantage. Make that 3, as FT is going to move on to this point and just try to whittle them down as quick as they can, because Flying Gorillas are already past the 85% mark. However closer they get to 99, the easier it's going to be for win this one fight.
Now, you know, the good thing here for free takeaways, Jomac didn't have to use his Shatter in that fight. So you have that to stop the aggression coming in. You also didn't have to use that Blizzard. So the real value there is that, you know, it only cost you a little bit. It cost you a Valkyrie, it cost you an Ant Matrix. I mean, Harvey is doing such an outstanding job on this Baptiste for free takeaways that he's going to have that built up quickly again.
Well, and both Deadeyes were dropped simultaneously. Look at the ult charge between the 2 McCrees right now. And NGL at 90 as the Blizzard comes out from both teams. It's looking very cold in Control Center, but there's a sound barrier there for Flying Gorillas. NGL with that Deadeye from server room, but the Shatter comes down. The rest of the team can't follow up on the isolation as Worst Shatter laid them flat and provided a lot of room for them to work. Jomac gets res back up and immediately takes advantage of that new lease on life, putting a lot of pressure on Worst Shatter and gets that kill with a little help from their friends. And FT will hang on to this point.
Yeah, only the supports coming back out of... Oh my goodness, that is a hell of a stagger from NGL onto Chrissy Chan on the Lucio. That's going to stop them in their tracks. That's going to get them about another 10% of progress towards capturing this second point here in Control Center. But Vivendo has the Deadeye available, so let's see if he can swing himself into position and land anything good.
Oh, the wall almost helped him out on that Deadeye. And Vox can go ahead and get invested from FT. Hey, look at NGL almost lapped him in this McCree battle. Now at 80% towards another one. And, I mean, lapped him in the last couple of fights. Putting in a lot of work from White Room, as right now FT have done a great job of just kiting back, but then they push in and the Blizzard is waiting for him, as well as another Shatter coming out from the front line. And NGL's going to go and throw that Deadeye, try to find something. Does get Scoldy, but FT are still at a massive deficit as we're approaching final fight territory. Converging onto the back, Jomac goes down. And Flying Gorilla, their focus fire is gorgeous. And speaking of gorgeous, there's an icicle right between the eyes of Bryax. Could be just the ticket for FT to get back into this thing, back into this 99-99 fight. They're going to throw down an Ant Matrix from the hideout, but they lose Mighty's, who is stalling out on the point. Now Jomac has to run in and touch, but he's going to get surrounded. He's going to get grabbed along with the Mercy. Jack Carde goes down. Jomac is not going to last long, and Flying Gorillas will take our first map on Lijiang Tower in a 1-0 lead in our T6 Grand Finals.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw the swap there to the Zarya, and I mean, that's basically a third DPS with extra shielding and extra hit points, and basically you can have your supports clear up any mistakes that you make if you stay close enough to them. So, I mean, just the Zarya swap there to confirm it. I mean, that was a fast grab that we saw come out from Ricky as well.
Yeah,
so,
I like the Zarya swap.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very rapid gained graviton surge there. So I mean, just to clean up their NGL on that McCree though, I mean, they did end up losing the map, but boy, was he lapping Vobendo in the Deadeye charge. But I still think the Vobendo, even though the ult charge wasn't going up as fast, I think that his flashbangs were better. I think his assists were better than what we saw come out of NGL. So maybe he wasn't the flashy cowboy. He was more of the sturdy, you can depend on me. McCree
Right.
really dealing with Jomac on the Reinhardt, and then also taking care of the May. A lot of those flashbangs directed towards the Ice Demon herself.
Well, and if we're talking about NGO kind of winning the McCree duel, I think Warshatter won the front line, won the Reinhardt duel. I mean, open it up with that 5-man shatter, just getting the off angle in, and finds 5. I mean, like, that right there sent a very devastating message to free takeaways. And I mean, the mind games are so real on the Reinhardt. Like, you get in that alpha position, and you're feeling it. Like, those gorillas were just screaming and beating their chests after that one, no doubt.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a tier 5 team from last season that moved up.
Yeah.
So I mean, they haven't been at this pinnacle of our competing stage. So I mean, the fact that they came up here in the finals of tier 6 and took it at 2-0 over the defending EU champions from spring, yeah, that's definitely setting a statement out there that they need to be recognized and noticed. And we are here, we are apes strong together.
And, coming in perfect. So far, have not lost a single series in the entirety of fall 2020. And now they get their pick of maps. So, Free Takeaways, well, I think they may have chosen Lijiang Tower as well. But we're headed to Hybrid, and they've chosen Numbani for map number 2. No King's Row today, my friends, at least not yet. We're headed over to Africa and land of the high ground, and we might actually see some gorillas in play as well. I'm sorry, he's a scientist. Gotta be Winston.
Seriously, I mean, you've got to bring her Winston to this. I mean, Double Bubble should be the comp here for the tanks at least. The ability to get cleave from high to low, the escapability with the jump packs. I mean, yeah, this is absolutely a monkey-centric map here. I mean, you can obviously run the rushdown comp as well here. I mean, Yon, Bor. I like having oatmeal too, but sometimes you like something a little bit spicier, and the Double Bubble will definitely bring that. Especially if you get the Zarya up on good charge, you're rotating your bubble management nicely, getting the Graviton Surge off. I mean, that's a game-changing ultimate right there, right? So, I mean, everything could work into your favor. I just want to see what I'm really looking forward to here, Bullskunk, is I want to see the adaptability of these teams as they go up against each other. Because now we're here, we had the tier 5 matchup last night. That was a hell of a ride for us, even though it ended up being 4-0. It was a very close 4-0. But now, coming into this, Gorillas have got to be feeling like they are impenetrable. They are undeniable. They are unbeatable just off the base of one map. So, I mean, this could be absolutely a turning point for the Flying Gorillas. I mean, just looking at what they did during the regular season, they only lost one match. And Free Takeaway is not losing a match at all. So, I mean, just to take a map off these juggernauts has to be wind in their sails. The defense, they're going to go ahead and give me my wish. They're going to give me that Double Bubble with the Ashe. They're going to have the damage boost from Ryan Guy on the Mercy. Bryax is going to bring out the Granny. So Nano Monkey, definitely a possibility. Scoldy is one of the best tracers that I've seen in the CGL. So I am very excited to see this player up close and personal. Let's see what you do, Scoldy.
Yeah, we did get that sub-run guy coming in for Chrissy Chan in the support role for Flying Gorillas as they start off on the defense with Jomac. Immediately dives on the back line, knows exactly what they wanted to go after. Brax does land the bio nade and gets the final blow. So they're going to get the Wrecking Ball out of the fight as the res... Oh, they got the res from below. Unlockers for the defense as FT go back to a full 6-man roster. Already 2 ticks on the board, and nobody from Flying Girls can even get close to this point.
That was really fast coming out from Free Takeaways. I think they might be a little bit pissed off, Bullskunk, because they took that with a ferocity, and they are just absolutely focusing down on anybody they can get their eyes on. I mean, look at that. I mean, they're almost at point C, and they're taking care of the supports before they can even get out of spawn, basically. So, man, they're going to have to call for a full reset here.
Yeah, they got to clean up some split spawners there and buys a lot of time. If they get this cart around Green Bus, which it looks like they might do. Flying Gorillas are only going to get one shot at this defense, and I think they know it, as you can tell by their conservative positioning up on this high ground.
Yeah, I mean, holding high ground up here, you know, obviously advantageous. You can just pour the damage in and really force NGL to come up to you, but they already have duplicate online, so they can decide, you know, to pull out the monkey. They can duplicate the Zarya and get a quick graviton surge out of it. Scolding, nice pulse bomb taking NGL out, so that's definitely going to slow down the aggression coming from free takeaways. War Shatter also cleaning up Z-Mighty. So yeah, you bought yourself some time now. Now you can get the regrouping up. You can come together as a full 6 and really decide how you're going to deploy in this next fight. You've got both tank ultimates coming into it, and the Nano, you know, absolutely going to be able to keep War Shatter up through any kind of serious damage that he may take.
Flying Gorilla is doing a great job of just holding high ground and then diving in. Very coordinated. The Nano does go down onto War Shatter. A little help from Scully. They're going to burn down the Zenyatta once again. Second time in a row, they're focusing the Omnic Monk out of the fight. Get the Discord off the table. As Ricky protects the back line, getting a pair of kills of their own while Jomac was trying to dive the Ashe.
Only landing his second pulse bomb in a row onto the NGL again. I mean, they're coming up on almost 6 ultimates for free takeaways. Scoldy's just getting these pulse bombs almost on cooldown, and it's just letting him have it. He's just letting it rain, letting it fly. He hasn't missed one yet. So Vobendo also has the Bob available, so the 7th man will be available to stall the point out should they get into any kind of real trouble.
How are you going to try to dislodge this high ground? Rick can drop the Graviton surge down low and just catches him in the small room of that second level as they were trying to approach. And that might just shut this thing down before it begins. Mighty's does win the duel against Scoldy, but all in all, not a super high value target. I mean, a target you've got to kill, but Scoldy's going to get back in this fight very quickly. War Shatter without that Tracer by their side does end up going down, trying to get aggressive onto the cart. But Scoldy's about to show back up in this fight. Ooh, nice play. Jomac is going to take advantage of that small window of opportunity. Moves in, finds a pair of kills. NGL in there to help clean up, and FT will finally win this fight on point B.
Yep, and Harvey with that Orb of Discord, you know, really doing the number there, making sure this Goldie does go down. So coming into point 3 here, 4 minutes on the clock. They've got, you know, quite a number of chances to get this pushed all the way through. Holding on to this Nano, though, from Bryax, and also you've got the rally up. So I think you hold the rally up for when you're getting into a bit of a sticky situation. You get that armor bumped up and really deliver the goods on it.
Duplicate use from NGL onto the Zarya. The Nano's thrown on the War Shatter. Kind of who can burn down whose backline. War Shatter decides to peel back and protect their own in this instance, or just go hold corner. Bubble not available as the self-destruct comes out, and self-destruct's gonna find 2. There was but 1 second left on the bubble when it exploded, but Scoldy responds with a pair of their own with their pulse bomb, followed up with a pair from the machine pistols, and neutralizing the deficit from that nice self-destruct.
And that's going to be Jomac going down in a heap as well. Beautiful work. That's going to be the D-Mech. Yes, no, maybe? No, he gets away.
I barely got away.
But, I mean, that self-destruct should have been the fight turner there, but Scoldy just ignoring the self-destruct altogether, getting into the back line, throwing the pulse bomb out yet again and taking 2 out, and then the clear up behind that. Yeah, that's beautiful work from the Tracer there. But now, moving into this next fight, Jomac's going to be able to cordon off the back with these mines coming out. Harvey has Transcendence, will be able to get some work done with that as well.
The front line has got to play it safe now, knowing that their supports are stuck behind those mines. So Bob is thrown in to help fortify the cart itself. Ricky very low, does eventually get burned down. Now Mighty's has a pulse bomb of their own. On the side, it's going to throw the pulse bomb down onto War Shatter, but just died so fast. The pulse bomb just flies through War Shatter's lifeless body.
Yeah, I mean, it was a Discord orb again coming out from Harvey. So I mean, Harvey is getting such great value on the Zenyatta right now. I think that Ryan, you know, probably needs to swap out to maybe bring out either the Mercy or bring out the Lucio right now for the stall character, get that amped healing, get him to speed in and out of these fights and really stall this out as long as they can.
Graviton Surge is going to find 2. With the Deadeye finding 3! Nice play. The sticky doesn't quite explode in time, and the res is there. Damage done. Point capped. 3 points on the board with a $144 left in the clock for free takeaways. Explosive finish.
The ultimates coming out from both sides there. I mean, you also had the self-destruct come over and really just seal the deal there on the defense, just annihilating poor gorillas off the planet there. I mean, minute 44, not a bad time bank for free takeaways as they look to start their defense up here in a few seconds. But boy, I thought that once, you know, that gorillas had gotten their feet planted, I thought that they were going to be able to stabilize a lot longer. Jomac really using some creative pathing to get up and behind and over the high ground defense and getting that double kill right on top of the point B high ground there really opened it up for free takeaways. It allowed Naga to really, you know, take care of the ground game going on. Z-Mighties was down there taking care of the supports that had fallen off as well. And it really didn't seem like they were able to stall out very much longer. So I saw a couple sleeps come from Bryax, but the nano, I mean, we saw 2 nanos used during that entire defense. I think that you could maybe press Y a little bit sooner and get the value out of it, because I mean, you're building it up so fast. You're healing so much that I think that you can get a lot more value out of the nanos. Just let it rip.
No changes from Flying Gorillas as they head on to the offense. Really no changes from either side, as a matter of fact. Still sticking with the Ana Brig support line from the attacking Gorillas. Zen Mercy from the defending FT. Diving into the back, Scoldy already under a lot of pressure. Red like a bucket is forced to recall early, and he's just going to have to dash right on out of there. Stunned up. Jomac drops back down low as Warshatter has already dove onto the back high ground and cleaned off the shooters who were trying to take those long distance shots. Now he's going to go back up there and try to find both supports. Drops the bubble, the stickies come through, and Harvey goes down. That's a quick +2. Jomac is going to fall as well, and Flying Gorillas are going to take this point in their first attack as well.
Yeah, I mean, lightning fast as well. I mean, there might be a couple of recontests coming here from the Tracer and from the ball, should the ball be able to get back from Jomac, but I think that's going to take it right there. I mean, yeah, just as fast as we saw free takeaways get theirs done now. Vobendo versus Z-Mighties right now. Vobendo a little bit ahead in the pulse bomb department. What I'm really looking at, though, is who is going to get to the first really offensive ultimate. Who is going to get either the duplicate or the Deadeye online first? I think that who does that is going to be the one that wins this next engagement, especially if Worth Shatter can get a nano into this and build up the rest of that Primal Rage. He's going to be able to create so much space for the Flying Gorillas that they might not know what hit them.
Look at this rotation. Flying Gorillas moving up to the high ground with Worth Shatter pushing down low, but it left Worth Shatter a little alone and does get pounced upon. Scoldy is going to respond back, but without their main tank, Flying Gorillas are fighting an uphill battle. Vabendo's going to land one, as does Mighty's into the back. Both pulse bombs claiming a victim. Ricky backing up, realizing Warshatter is behind him, and now turns around to push forward. Scoldy with the duplicate on the McCree just buys a little bit of space and a little bit of time for reinforcements to get back into this fight.
Yep, I think that was just a throwaway there, and just really, you know, make sure that you stay in the fight when you get that duplicate out. Oh my word!
The timing on that was, I mean, that was like a millisecond. That last shot got through that bubble. So close. Such great shooting from NGL.
Yep, and I mean, gets rewarded with a Deadeye online now. Ricky is only 20% off of this Gravity Surge, getting charged to the heavens. Vobendo taking down his counterpart, and the Tracer. Will Jack be able to get in there and get the res off? I don't think he will. It's too hotly contested.
Ryan Guy is going to fall down low on the approach. No brig for Flying Gorillas as they look to turn the corner. Mine's out over the point as Vobendo goes into the back. Almost one clips in, but does manage to get Transcendence out. That can be huge with Ricky 96% to Graviton Surge. There's no longer Transcendence for the defending FT to fend off the damage. Graviton Surge used solo onto Jomac to get them out of this fight, and the rest of FT just have to beat a quick retreat. Self-destruct used right on the point just to remech, but well, Ricky had said thank you for the charge, and then Z-Mighty's just strips that all away. Now Scully is there with the self-destruct, with the Diva duplicate to fill the void left by the missing tank. And the fight continues to ensue, this bloodbath going back and forth. Rez comes through onto Jomac to better help stall out this point as Warshatter dives in deep and loses the 1v3 in the backline. Now the reinforcements are going to come bolster the defense for free takeaways.
Goodness, that was a very expensive fight for Flying Gorillas there. They thought they had it. That was a crazy res that came from Jack Carney in front of 4 members of the Flying Gorillas, and then he just went in there and said, yeah, you're not done. I'm going to come back in the fight now. Thanks, Mike.
And I was talking about that Transcendence. Look at Harvey. Harvey, 96% towards another Transcendence already. And there's really nothing that they need to use it for. If they're tracking it properly, they can use that straight up to get aggressive and win this fight. Moving up to the high ground, Ricky is trying to find some room to work. Just going to chase the defense out as Warshatter goes diving in. But once again, NGL right there. Juddy on the spot with the flashbang, and Warshatter dies early. Now the rest of the team just kind of stuck on the high ground without their initiation tool, hoping they can get a pick, hoping that Vobendo or Scoldy can find some room to work, but there is no room to be found as free takeaways seal it up tight.
Boy, I don't know if maybe running a Mercy here, or Ryan guy, and I was about to suggest the Lucio as well. Maybe getting a little bit more speed in there. Warshatter bringing out the Reinhardt now, so off of the double bubble, going to a more standard rushdown comp here. Really, Bryax, put that nano onto your Reinhardt, let him swing away, let him just get his way here with the members of free takeaways, because now you're under sub 90 seconds. Deadeye comes out.
Rawcomp's going to rotate around to the high ground. The one fault of this cop is doesn't have much high ground access, so they just take the stairs up there. They do lose one in the process, and then it goes on to Ricky, who's 90, or who's was decent charge, about halfway charge. Now is 90 charge. Thank you. I was just predicting the future a little bit there. He's going to burn down Harvey, putting their attention onto the anti-Naga, but Naga somehow able to use his boosters and get the heck out of dodge. Meanwhile, Vobendo has gone down. The Graviton Surge comes out. That Transcendence right there, ready. Nothing Ricky can do but run away and face their fate as Flying Gorillas get pushed back once again.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not sure where the nano went. I think it actually went on to Ricky to get him the rest of the way up to get the rest of that Graviton Surge built up. But now that's off the table. I'm not seeing a ton of antis coming out as well, and like the nades are not hitting the members of free takeaways. So Mighties, are you on the hunt for Rabbit here?
Be very, very quiet.
Be very, very quiet.
Mighties is hunting gorillas. Rotating around far left side. Gorillas taking a very different approach this time. I like it. Show them a different look. Don't go the same way every time. Smart plan. As they pop out from the low ground, they're once again going to use the speed boost to cover the gap. Stay out of the LOS, but not everybody makes it. Nobody touches the cart! Realizing as they were making their rotation that, hey, we still need to go touch that cart back there. Half the team ran back, and we were just met with death. Free takeaways. We're just there waiting for them with open arms and loaded guns. And we're all tied up. It is 1-1 after our first two.
Well, we're definitely not getting a clean sweep here tonight. We're tied now. And, man, I tell you what. Naga and Jomac in the tank line right now are doing so much work in concert. I mean, every time that you see Jomac, scurry his little hamster booty up there to the high ground, you see Naga right on his back. And, NGL has been putting on a McCree clinic so far. Yeah. The flashbangs, every time that Worth came in, flashbang, deleted. And I mean, Harvey with the Discord orbs, I mean, Worth was just getting absolutely melted. It was so painful to watch.
The timing on those flashbangs is so spot on. It's just making Warshatter's life very difficult. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to pull Billy out of the blizzard there. We're going to get him a parka, and we're going to return on Assault to see who will take the edge in our Tier 6 Grand Finals. This is neck and neck. This is the best of the best. You don't want to miss it. Don't go anywhere. We're all tied up after two in our T6 Grand Finals. The bout for NA and EU, the fight in top 500 to prove who is the best of Xbox Overwatch. And a little bit of an unforced error there on the back of that at the end of Numbani. I mean, free takeaways put up a heck of a hold. Point B Numbani is usually is kind of regarded as a gimme. The run back from the defense is so long that's usually, you just gotta buy as much time as you can. You put up your real defense on point C. Free takeaways were having none of that. Nobody told them that, as they put up a monstrous defense dealing with Worth Shatter, who are diving in the back time and time again. And in the very end, the switch to Brawl, and I think Flying Gorillas just weren't looking at the clock. Went to go upstairs. It was like, whoops, wait a minute. We had 2 seconds left. Boom, there you go. Map over. Match tied.
I think that the assassination of Scoldy on the May, I think May was actually the one that was supposed to touch the point.
No, valid.
And NGL took Scoldy out before they could get to the point. So I think that was their touch to get there, to get in proximity and trigger the overtime, then allow Worth and Ricky to get to the point. But regardless,
yeah,
free takeaways are not letting anybody have free takeaway, and I'm both pleased and disappointed because your name is Free Takeaways, and I love me some good peri peri chicken from Takeaways whenever I'm in the UK. So yeah, no free takeaways for you guys. I'm very disappointed. I'm disappointed.
You owe us some Terry chicken. I honestly don't even know what that is. I've never been to the UK. I'm looking forward to going. But anyway, back to the point at hand. It's Flying Gorillas map pick as we head into map 3, game type Assault. And as you can see, they've chosen Temple of Anubis. Quite a unique Assault map as far as the layout, as far as the compositions that you can bring to the table.
I mean, if we're talking about point B of Numbani being a giveaway, then point A of Temple of Anubis is generally considered a giveaway as well. It just depends on what the defense is going to bring out, how they set themselves strategically and positionally. So it really is on the onus of the attackers to be able to just identify their condition of what path do they have to take. What do they have to neutralize to get themselves onto point A and give themselves a sizable time bank going into point B? Now, point B is where we all know this. We one of those points here in Overwatch where
went a little Robo-Billy on us there. Repeat that point you were just making.
Oh yeah, I mean, when you're running to roll into point B, I mean, obviously you want to have as much time as possible because. Point 2 of Temple of Anubis is one of those points in Overwatch where, we've seen just like 4 or 5 minute holds. And if you don't get your rotations right, obviously the spawn is in their favor. So looks like we have had a side swap here. So we're going to see free takeaways bringing out the Wrecking Ball and Diva again. They really haven't faltered off of this all day long. And to answer your question out there, yes, I have had Nando's Peri Peri Takeaway. So, yes, I have had it, and I absolutely love it. It's one of my most favorite takeaways from the UK. And NGL starting off strong with that Mercy Pocket, taking down Vobendo on the Tracer. This is going to be a bit of just a quick little reset, and now the real fight begins.
Yeah, man, it's a quick 34% towards Barrage for NGL. And we get to see Jomac back on this Wrecking Ball. It's absolutely just a joy to watch this Wrecking Ball player. Double bubble from the attacking team, trying to rotate around to the high ground to start things off. Looking a little split, and Scoldy doesn't quite make it. You saw it just narrowly missed getting around that corner before the shots come through. Now NGL is going to move in and just start pouring rockets in from the outside. Bubble forced out just to help protect that, and NGL is just going to rotate around and continue pouring rockets down. Reads that the rotation did not go all the way to the high ground. Great read from NGL in the sky, and it's just chasing Worth Shatter around on this Winston.
Yeah, I mean, now you pull the bubble. How do you do that? Triple kill from above. Didn't even have to wait for the bubble to come out, Bullskunk.
Oh,
that
my.
Was Phil.
That saw that Worth Shatter had used the bubble on the other side and counted that cooldown beautifully. That was impressive.
Absolutely love that. That was just beautiful reading of the situation coming from NGL. That Mercy Pocket right now, Jack has got to be given an extra pint at the pub later on tonight for that play, for keeping the far up through the focus damage coming in on them. But now, looking at the attackers coming in, you do have the nano ready to go, so throw it on Shatter. Let him see what he can get.
Try to jump in.
Or don't.
Just doesn't even make it. It's actually Scoldy, the recipient of the nano boost, trying to go deal with NGL, just this nuisance, this absolute threat in the sky. But it's NGL who gets the better end of that duel, pounced upon. Scoldy is now joined Worth and Vobindo back in spawn.
You know, and I was about to suggest it, but Ricky going over to this D.Va is absolutely going to have to get up into NGL's face. That is the absolute right counter right now. You know, pulling out your own Wrecking Ball. That's going to be the disruption in the back line, trying to take care of Harvey and Z Mighties on the ground.
Oh, Harvey takes Ryan Guy out of the back. I think that's just going to stall this thing out. Yeah, you can see Flying Gorillas are backing up and just kind of biding their time, waiting for their mercy.
Yeah, I mean, you can get this pulse bomb off. Well, no, not when Jomax scurries out there like a rat, and gets the way out of there. But I mean, Volbendo has the pulse bomb. You do have the duplicate. Get the D.Va. I think you pull the D.Va right here, and you just try to get this self-destruct online.
Does indeed, but Jomac throws mines all over center platform. Scoldy does get the self-destruct off, is going to throw that into the back, up onto the high ground, but the only target in sight pops the Transcendence and is able to stay alive, but it does force that out. Vobendo's going to throw down the pulse bomb, and we'll take Harvey out as soon as the Transcendence is done. Kind of held at bay by, well, at least like a singular mine. Tries to deny res, but it does eventually come through. Mighty's is going to throw down the Deadeye and pick Scoldy out of the sky as Jomac takes care of the tether. And free takeaways looking infallible on point A right now.
They haven't really made a step wrong yet, have they? And I mean, they've got another barrage online to stop the aggression coming in. However, it's not going to be free because Naga is on that D.Va, so he can get up in the face of NGL, put that defense matrix up in there, and it's probably going to take him out into the boot.
I was wondering why they didn't make this swap a little bit earlier, but Beno going over to the Ashe. Maybe not as strong as she once was, and you've got to land a couple of perfect shots to take the Pharah out of the sky with that. But oh, the barrage over the top. It's gonna find two, a very important two with that. But Rez comes through, and Vobindo able to get the kill before that happens, but nobody is on cart or on the objective, and that's a full hold, 0% for Flying Gorillas on their attack.
I'm absolutely gobsmacked. That doesn't happen very often, my friend. Especially at this high of a level. I mean, that was just some serious coordination coming out from free takeaways there. I think that it was an off-tank difference there. I think that if Naga, instead of pulling trying to run that double bubble for as long as they did, I think they should have recognized once they saw the Pharah in the sky, swapping over to the D.Va, getting up into the sky. Also, you could have swapped, Ricky, swapping over to the D.Va. You also could have swapped to a Sombra at that point and either hacked the Mercy and got them out of the sky, or hacked the Pharah and try to, deal with them in tandem once the Pharah hit the ground like a rock. So, I mean, there was different avenues that you could have explored there. I just think that the adaptations came a little bit too slowly there. Also, NGL and Z Mighty's, like Z Mighty was a soft carry there, just really focusing from afar. You didn't see him like up in the front lines. They were just pouring in damage with the Peacekeeper from the back lines. And really, keeping Harvey protected where he could dole out those Discord orbs at their leisure. And when they had to come in, we saw a couple of times taking down the hardest of targets in the Tracer.
Now we're going to get some pig's feet out of Flying Gorillas as they head onto the defense. This puts your Roadhog in kind of a main tank position. Typically, Ricky will sit back and protect Vobindo or the back line with that shielding, while the Hog creates a lot of space. FT going to loop around through Mega Room with their dive comp. No changes from them as far as compositions is concerned. Rolling through the pack, Joe Mackes goes all the way to the other side. Does have that adaptive shielding to get the heck out of dodge. Creates room for the rest of the team to move out and grab center platform as NGL goes to move Vobindo off of that high ground. Z Mighty's on the McCree, still back here protecting the back line. Vobindo does win the duel against NGL, and Scoldy will find Harvey, so a good start for the defending Flying Gorillas.
Yeah, absolutely a great start from that. That's exactly what they need. They need to set their feet and really just put up a strong first defensive hold, and they've done that. And, Vibendo in the first fight really took a lot of damage, went down to about 20 HP, and now 80% to a Bob, so that's going to be a stall tactic for them as well.
And Jail's gone over to the Ash, try to just duel Vobendo up there. So no more far in the sky. Vobendo did manage to shut that down. Nice headshot and the follow-up. Ricky toast. Direction was focused on Jomac, and NGL recognized it beautifully. Now the pile drive comes in, knocked Warshatter off the center platform and into very dangerous territory. Ricky does get rezzed up, but now the Roadhog is gone. You're forced to fall back. You don't have that front line presence and sustain of the Roadhog. Harvey is going to loop around, land a beautiful shot from that low doorway as Mighties is on the opposing high ground. Free takeaways are starting to put the clinch down. Like a boa constrictor, they have wrapped around Flying Gorillas and are now starting to squeeze onto point A, and they are going to cap point A, take the victory on Temple of Anubis, and take the lead in our grand finals.
That is absolutely clinical coming out from free takeaways. And they recognize, that they had the Ash going up against them. Vobendo really pouring in the damage onto MGL on that far. So what do? They mirror it out themselves. They bring out their own Southern Belle. They bring out their own Viper and Dynamite kit, and they started getting the work done. The rotation was huge going to the high ground, and that was all she wrote. Really, once you saw Ricky go down on that Sigma and Warshatter being deleted before that, it was all she wrote. I mean, because they tried to use that immortality field to keep him up. It was just a millisecond too late. And that was all the push they needed. They went ahead and went on tempo with the transcendence of all things and really cleared up that point and got their 33%.
Yeah, very nicely done. I mean, Vobendo is such a good shot on that Ash. I'm really surprised Gorillas didn't make that swap sooner on the attack. Things might have worked out a little bit differently. But free takeaways, I mean, looked pretty darn flawless on that. I mean, no glaring errors from what I could tell. They executed that beautifully, knew exactly what they needed to do on the attack. The boop off, the scoop and boop. From Jomac onto the Roadhog was picturesque. Like, that's exactly how you're supposed to execute that one. Just a well-played map, and it's netted them the lead here in our grand finals.
Yep, and I mean, I think that let's see, we've gone Hybrid, we've gone Assault. Now, there'll be Escort coming up next.
Yes, indeed.
And I'm very interested to see what adaptations that Flying Gorillas are going to bring out, because Scoldy and Vobendo are two of the best in the league. As far as DPS, sure. And I just think I just think it was situational. I don't think it's anything wrong with their aim or anything like that. I mean, I wish I could aim like that. Are you kidding me? The stuff that they can do. I just think it was situational. I think that I don't think they expected the FAR to come out and actually be able to hit the shots that they were. So I mean, maybe they got punched in the jaw a little bit. Maybe they got a little bit shell shocked from it. But yeah, I mean, when they brought it out and forced NGL off of the FAR, I mean, that's a win for them. And they started really getting the steam going forward. But I think that the momentum, the ult charge, was too much in the favor of free takeaways. I think that's the only reason why, they didn't get a free hold or a full hold of their own and, tying this map up.
Well, if Flying Gorillas do get map pick heading into our Escort map, and as I get it typed in here, there we go. There's a beautiful transition, and we're headed to Route 66 for our Escort map today.
Well, let us go. I mean, this is going to offer some beautiful sightlines. And Harvey right now, kind of a boss on this Zenyatta. The Discord orbs are huge. The Transcendence when it's needed, whether it be defensively or, as we saw there on Temple of Anubis, on tempo. And then just the individual skills and the individual assassination ability of that Zenyatta. He's really shown his worth here, and full kudos to the Zenyatta player right now. I really like Bryax though on the Ana. I think that they've been getting a lot of value with it. I think that if they're going to hold onto the Nano that long, make sure that it goes onto a tank. Don't go to it unless you've got something preset with it. Go to a tank. Go to a tank and give Word Shatter.
From the angle, I think they might have been aiming for Word Shatter, and the Echo just happened to get in the LOS. It was a little hard to tell whether that was an intentional move with that nano boost. But I think that's what happened from the angle that I had, Billy. But nevertheless, Moving on, Brax going on to, well, we'll talk about the attackers in a second. They got a lot of time to change their mind. Let's look at this defense from FT. Free takeaways coming out with the Wrecking Ball and the Zarya.
This is an interesting version of a comp.
Yeah, it's like double bubble, but with a Wrecking Ball almost. Because you have the Wrecking Ball for the disruption, and the Pile Driver combined with NGL's accuracy with these rockets is nasty. You just boop them up in the air, and then it's just like pull and then fire from the rockets, and it's a little bit of a whack-a-mole game for NGL from above.
Yeah, I mean, you can get in there, you can get your roll through, you can pop your adaptive shield, you can stay in there for a little bit longer, then give them a bubble to get the escapability, or you can do it in reverse. You throw the bubble in there on the Pile Driver, get that charge built up as they try to shoot him out of the sky, and then just really try to get him out using the adaptive shielding and the grapple to get out of there.
I like this positioning. Flying Gorillas are just going to LOS the rockets right now. You can see Warshatter positioned at the front of the gas station, just kind of keeping the rockets at bay, while the rest of the team is just trying to keep Jomac in check. And all the while, they're slowly gaining ground, slowly gaining position, and they're just playing it safe, playing it nice and easy, and escorting this card around the corner.
Yep, and they're just hugging the garage. So, I mean, there's not much room for NGL. NGL, if we want to do anything, is going to have to show themselves in Bovendo.
Whoa! Yeah, that was nasty. I saw that as soon as the Conch Blast went down. It was like, uh-oh, y'all are in trouble. The defense matrix had already been used, and the barrage just decimates Flying Gorilla's front line.
Say, before I got completely jebaited by that Conch Blast, if NGL was going to get anything done, he's going to have to show his head to Vivendo, and Vivendo's going to shoot him out. But no, that did not happen. It did not happen that way, and I feel bad for them.
And again, I can't help but wonder, I imagine it'd be tough to go like the Ashe and the McCree here because of the Wrecking Ball. Jomac is just so precise with that hero. They can get in and kind of execute those less mobile heroes. But something's got to be done about NGL in the sky. They've already moved 90% towards another barrage. And I mean, it puts a lot of pressure on your D.Va. They've got to be everywhere at once. And right now, they're taking care of the high ground nicely. They're focusing down the other targets, and Vobeno does eventually take NGL down. Transcendence out to protect the team and protect the res to get NGL back up, who had used that barrage already, and it's Jomac's Mines the difference maker this time. Separating the supports out, finding the kills onto both, and there's no way the sustain is there for this front line without him.
Now, they're going to have an issue here because Harvey did get taken out by Scoldy. So that's going to be a long trek back for the very slow Zenyatta. So they're going to have a bit of a power play here for about maybe 5-7 seconds. They might be able to get some kind of push going on through it. The one thing that I would like to see, maybe Scoldy going over to a Sombra, because you can take care of two things with that. You can take care of the Pharah, and you can take care of Jomac. You can take care of the rolling through and the disruption with the hacks and the manual hacks. And of course, EMP, still a massively powerful ultimate in this game. God, NGL is just doing work.
I mean, that was a massive assist by Jomac, too. Jomac rolled in the back, pushed him out, put down the initial damage, and NGL just follows it up. This duo has just been absolutely nasty on this point. Like, this is just a clinic. I'm impressed. I'm so impressed by the mechanical skill we're seeing on display right now.
I mean, and the bubbles coming out from Naga are absolutely picture perfect. When it needs to be there, it's there. And I mean, they're just getting so much value from all sides around. NGL has almost another barrage. This damage boost that's being done by Jack Carney right now is just facilitating the wiping of the Gorillas right now.
I mean, I think Ricky has to eat this grab. Otherwise, they're in a lot of trouble. Oh, they might throw it while the self-destruct is out. No, but it takes NGL out of the sky. That's one way to handle it, but all the way in the back, the res is safe. So NGL is just right back into this fight as Flying Gorillas get aggressive and try to buy some space, clear out the front line as the mines are behind him. They got to watch the Deadeye coming in from the off angle, and Scully's got to watch out for those mines. Gets taken down, gets booped into him, I imagine, as Mighty's tries to come in to contest. The Transcendence is a bit late to keep Mighty's alive, and Flying Gorillas have finally found a foothold and a point on the board on Route 66. Well, it should. The contest is still coming through. Grab is still available, but
we'll be good.
yeah, let's say this is a foregone conclusion. Come on. There you go, Gorillas. There you go.
I mean, Joe Mack will be able to get back to the fight quickly, anyways. But Naga might be a little bit of a stagger there, so they might get a little bit of a good amount of push going through here. But you do have 4 ultimates online, ready to go. So Scoldy got to be looking to land that pulse bomb either onto Mighty's or onto Harvey. Those are going to be your 2 main focus targets for you. But still, NGL has this barrage online again.
The whole team just speeding around. The flashbang interrupts the barrage, and Negi takes him down. As the Graviton Surge comes out onto the high ground, holding Ricky in place. Doesn't quite get the eat. Joe Mack, look at that. With that nice slam and follow-up, is going to take the Baptiste out. No more supports left standing for Flying Gorillas as they were pushing so far forward. Naga's going to get res back up, and this defense is going to hold.
They're going to hold for now. God, Joe Mack is just getting so much work done. What the hell?
Yeah.
He was on, like, so little health, and he still went in there full balls to the wall and took care of it. Naga?
Quite literally.
Naga?
Yeah, I'm not sure what
Naga.
happened. Not sure what happened to Naga on that. I was too distracted by Joe Mack on this wrecking ball.
Yeah, I mean, but Naga is bringing out the Diva now. 2 ultimates used. You take down the Pharaoh Mercy in tandem. So now you're going to have some room to move. Z-Mighty's does have this Dragon Strike available, but he's getting pressured on the high ground from Ricky, who is now starting to put on some serious heat with this Diva.
Yeah, that was an interesting tactical reset to just go back into the Diva. Nice opener here from Flying Gorillas as they're looking to control this high ground and make sure they can suffocate FT into these spawn doors. NGL is just gonna find some rockets from above. And Dragon's mines both out, and Flying Gorillas rotate all the way around, moving inside. Worst Shatter was all the way inside, just kind of on their lonesome, and gets taken down by Z-Mighty's as they try to return to the point. And the defense, with 10 seconds left, has managed to get this wipe. Flying Gorillas had all the room in the world to work, Billy, and they end up just kind of going in different directions.
Yeah, that was definitely scattered, to say in the extreme. We're trying to bring the ball back out to try to get back on the point, try to get some kind of presence here and some disruption going on. That's going to be a good kill right there. But NGL drops another barrage on the unwitting heads of Flying Gorillas. Naga's there to clean up. NGL getting the kills that they need. That should be it. Done and dusted for the overtime. And there is going to be your win condition set for free takeaways to get themselves to championship point in our Tier 6 Grand Finals here in Xbox. EU versus NA. EU is up big time right now.
Initiating match.
What a hold. I'm really surprised. I felt like Flying Gorillas were so close on that attack. They had NGL just kind of sitting up on that door. I would like to have seen Ricky just go and hold that door, stay in the face on that top right-hand side along the walkway, and Worst Shatter stay down low and just protect. I think went chasing a kill there. And just overextended a bit. And I look up and Brax is on the left side with Vobindo, I believe. Ricky was kind of by themselves on point, and Worst Shatter was way into point C.
Incoming in 30 seconds.
Maybe a little bit of over pursuit.
Maybe.
They're trying to confirm kills down there because we saw Ricky take down Harvey, holding Transcendence there. And I think they recognized that they were close enough to the end of regulation time that they were going to be able to come out with the Transcendence and really just stifle any kind of damage being put in by the Flying Gorillas there. So, as I said, win condition set. Let's see what they bring out here on the defense. They're bringing out the Lucio and the Baptiste again. So lots of burst healing coming out there. You're going to have the Ant Matrix to keep you up as well. Still the same DPS line, the McCree and the Tracer. So Ricky and Worst Shatter can have their work cut out for them trying to watch these flanks.
Joe Mack escorting the point while NGL is just going to corral Flying Gorillas into the cave. Shield up as they look to try to push out. Probably put some pressure down below, but Vobendo eats a direct right to the face. Discorded and in a lot of trouble. Worst Shatter is backing up. Nice shot from Brax to take that threat away and allow Worst Shatter to go swinging back into this fight. Put some pressure back down onto the tanks of FT. And it might have been just the ticket. That was such an important kill. And they're not going to get the res off on that either.
Oh, they absolutely are not. But I mean, you're close enough to your spawn. You don't really want to pull the res into that that close to your spawn. But you do get the work going on again. Z-Mighty's just spreading the damage boost love to all the DPS members of their team. They've got Bryax in a rock in a hard place. He hasn't gone down yet.
No, it's a beautiful peel from Ricky to go save their Baptiste and then turn around and help get the kill onto Naga on the other side. Ant Matrix out from the defense as Jomac is going to get rezzed. But Vobendo is all over it and is going to clean up the squishies.
That's a hell of a hold right there coming from Flying Gorillas. And I mean, they've staked their claim here on this corner in front of Big Earls. And now they've got Pulse Bomb. They're going to have self-destruct here very shortly. NGL, who's going to get there first? Is it going to be the Lucio Sound Barrier? Is it going to be NGL on this far, getting another barrage and decimating the side from Flying Gorillas? Jomek also has the mines available, so he can cordon off the area that he wants to control.
Yeah, mines are out. Barrage is out. Immortality Field is there. The self-destruct used from Ricky. Bobenda's Deadeye was actually able to get one as the self-destruct comes in from the other side, and Brax can't find safety. Oh no! Looked like they were right behind the shield somehow. They go down, and then Worst Shatter is forced back, booped into the mines, and FT are going to continue to roll forward and round the corner of Big Earls.
And I thought that Christie was going to be able to get that sound barrier up and really bolster the team up through the mid-fight, but they were just concussive blast. They were booped away. They couldn't get any kind of positioning in there to get the healing and that rest of that charge up. So now they have it. Now they're going to have it to bolster them up through the mid-fight. Let's see what they can get out of this.
Scully knife in the back as Earthshatter comes down and is able to land a couple. Nicely done. Not a whole lot of great targets with that Shatter, and Worst Shatter finds two just waiting for him. Gets the Mercy and the Brig. Priority picks to help Flying Gorilla stabilize.
Oh, I mean, this has got to be time for Naga to jump off the map, which they do. Less than 3 meters was where they were at, and now you're looking at under 60 seconds. All you've got online right now is a Valkyrie. You're gonna have Deadeye. You're gonna have another Pulse Bomb from Skull. You're gonna have the Ant Matrix. Bryax is gonna be able to cordon off this corner and really just lay the damage in from on high if he continues to hold this high ground. A Deadeye through the Ant Matrix would be absolutely spontaneous right now.
One last fight. It's all you need, Flying Gorillas. Hold here, and you will tie up the series. 25 seconds on the clock, and Z-Mighty's finds an opening pick. Discorded. Looked like Ricky was going to get forced off the high ground. Manages to survive as the Deadeye comes in from the outside. You can see the Worst Shatter sitting up high, just trying to protect as the barrage gets one, but then gets flashbang away to prevent any further deaths. But Brax is going to fall to a shot from Z-Mighty's. And I think that might have just done it for this defense. Without their Baptiste, there's just Lucio healing left. Worst Shatter does not have the sustain and is going to fall. And free takeaways, fine point A.
Oh, it is another pile driver coming in from Jomak to clear up the last bit of work there. The flashbang, the pile drive, everything going in their favor. And now they've captured point A. They got 2.5 minutes to get it basically to the door of point C. And they're starting to get stagger kills going their way. Jomak has worked his way up to another minefield here. I mean, you're going to have 3 ultimates coming out of the gate here from free takeaways. Ricky's going to have to land the self-destruct of a lifetime here because you don't have shielding.
I mean, we're realistically in just one fight to win it, but it's only 2 minutes on the clock. Mines over the top, trying to clear the high ground, and Vobendo lands right in the middle of them, just narrowly outside of the Immortality Field. Worst Shatter pushed in close and is able to find a kill onto the Mercy and try to start beating down the back line, but NGL takes him down, sacrifices their life in the process, and Flying Gorillas will win out in the trade war.
Boy, and I mean, Vobenda was extremely unlucky. I mean, we're talking like 1 or 2 pixels outside of the Immortality Field there. Otherwise, he's safe within the confines of that window or that lamp there. So Z Mighty's is going to be looking to drop this Deadeye, really force the positioning out of the Gorillas here.
Hammer comes through, is going to find Mighty's and Naga. Mighty's was down immediately as the pulse bomb lands onto Harvey. So it's a +1 for the defense. And, well, Jomac basically keeps them in this fight, finding a pair. Still a +1 for Flying Gorillas as the barrage comes out over the top. But Flying Gorillas are able to LOS that, just get out of harm's way. The barrage coming in a touch late, and now just 50 seconds on the clock. Self-destruct coming in to try to find a pick. Does get Harvey. That will buy them even more time for Flying Gorillas on the defense.
Oh my goodness, what a well-placed self-destruct. I thought it was going to catch more than that, but they were actually able to kite away from the incoming damage. But now, you've got both support ultimates ready to hold off on this points right here. You've got the early sound barrier coming out. Here comes Wabendo with that. Oh, what a huge transcendence from Harvey!
Yeah, that was very nicely done. As mines are out, going to just clear off the high ground. Oh, Chrissy gets caught out down low as the kills continue back and forth. What an absolute brawl, 2 for each. And Vobendo's going to win the duel against Mighty's. Now trying to take on this Wrecking Ball, and it has Harvey in their face, eating so much damage. Jomac's going to run him right over, flattened on the streets of Route 66. And with the overtime wick burning, FT have won this fight, and it's going to be desperate times for Flying Gorillas to get back in touch. We'll see how many members can get back up there before they are forced to contest.
Oh, looks like 3 from what I can see right now. There's 4, there's 5. They're actually going to have a decent fight coming into this next fight. Scoldy has Pulse Bomb. Scoldy could be able to turn this fight in its favor, but you have the Naga self-destruct. You can throw it up in the sky and hopefully land something big with it.
I mean, self-destruct from the attacking team coming in first. Mighty swapping back over to the legs to make sure they're back in this fight. Worst Shatter low. Eats some Helix rockets to the face. Scoldy is going to get 1, but there's just too many numbers for them to work through. They're the only ones left on the objective, and Free Takeaways are going to take map 4, move themselves up to championship point with a 3-1 lead in our series.
Good grief, that one gave me heart attacks on the regular. Good Lord, that was such a seesaw battle. In one moment, you saw the Flying Gorillas. They were starting to push forward. They were starting to get the kills. They were starting to get the push. And then you see the transcendence that ends all other transcendences that I have seen in quite a few games. All that damage coming in. You had the Deadeye out. You had the Amp Matrix out. You had the Shatter ready to go. Everything in favor for Gorillas to take that fight, to get their first point here since map 1. And they get denied by Harvey's transcendence, and it just negated absolutely everything they were pouring into that fight, and that's just soul crushing. Soul crushing. You worked so hard to get it up.
Flying Gorillas map pick. When we return on map 5, we're headed to Control. Flying Gorillas won our opening Control map. Can they repeat that performance and get themselves back in this series? Stick around and find out. Free Takeaways up 3-1 heading into map 5 of our Tier 6 Grand Finals. The showdown between EA and EU. The showdown between 2 champions from our last tournament in spring 2020. Flying Gorillas trying to punch above their weight class a little bit here. Definitely fighting a bigger opponent. And so far, Free Takeaways, man, they're not giving them an inch.
No, it is all about mobility right now. The mobile comp that is being shown from Free Takeaways. We were talking about this, the ability to kite away from damage. You think you have an opening. You have that little chink in the armor, and you think that you can press that advantage, and then all of a sudden it's gone. It's closed up. It's swallowed up. You were swallowed up in the quote-unquote chink in the armor there because Jomac has either come in behind you and knocked you into the rest of Free Takeaways, or they've just, made that Swiss decision to get out of the way. And I mean, Jomac right now has just been putting on a clinic with this Wrecking Ball, and I mean, it's just been beautiful. Naga has been the shadow there as well, really corralling people in when you see the pile driver go up. They're in there with the defense matrix. They're letting loose with the micro missiles, and I mean, just the follow-up is what is really killing Flying Gorillas right now. They think that they have that little bit of advantage. They try to press it, and it's just shut down almost every single time.
Worst Shatter on the Reinhardt and company will pounce on you. They know how to find those isolated targets and delete them with a quickness. And the fact that they're struggling to find those targets is really a testament to Free Takeaways and how well they are playing this composition. It's I mean, just like you said, anytime they think there's a gap, like suddenly that gap is filled in a heartbeat. It's Flying Gorillas are masters at this. This is their bread and butter. And heading into map 5, we're looking at Oasis for map 5. Flying Gorillas' 4th map pick in a row. They're praying they get University to start things off, and they can go to that brawl comp. I think the Wrecking Ball could work from FT, but my concern with that is you're gonna leave the rest of the team open to get pounced on. So I anticipate we'll see a brawl mirror if we start on University, and I give Flying Gorillas the slight edge in that. I think that's really their bread and butter. But once we head to City Center and Gardens, they're going to have to deal with Joe Mack and this Wrecking Ball team once again.
And especially with City Center, I mean, Farah can just reign supreme. You've got the middle turret, the parapet right there. You can play off the jump pad. I mean, you've got so many beautiful sight lines there. Man, it's going to be difficult with the Farah and the disruption coming from Jomac. And I mean, if Naga is in the sky again with either the Farah or once again shadowing Jomac on this Wrecking Ball, they're going to have a hell of a time really dealing with them. So they're praying that University is the first map coming out. Oh, no.
No such luck.
Such luck.
We're heading to City Center to start things off. As anticipated.
I mean, this is...
Yep, free takeaway showing us really no change. Oh, actually, I say that. We're getting some new faces in here. Captain Jack and Ivan in the DPS role. Coming in with the Tracer and still sticking with the Farah.
Okay, well, I mean, one of the carries that we saw for the last map is now gone.
That's 4 maps.
That's 4 maps. I mean, still, I mean, really, we saw a great, use of the barrage there on Route 66 coming out from them. But still, Captain Jack Z, a new face here for us as well. We'll see how they do on this Tracer.
Yeah, and I'm curious what the plan is here with Ivan. Obviously, picking up the Farah to start things off. If there's a different hero pool, there's 2 quick kills come through. Trying to take the high ground. Flying Gorillas just ran into so much damage. And Vobendo was pretty much the only one, maybe Ricky, that could deal with the Farah. And Ivan having just as great a luck.
Yeah, I mean, getting lots of value on this Farah as well. There's another pile driver coming in from Jomac, just the disruption that's been going on all day. They have just got to have their head on a swivel right now. Shots are being landed by Vobendo onto Ivan, though. So we will see if you can get any kind of value going into this. You can get the Farah out of the sky, but you've also got to take care of that Mercy as well. Here comes the rotation, though, from Vobendo. And look at this. Ivan's going on the other side, trying to just avoid the damage coming in from the Peacekeeper.
Yeah, Flying Gorillas need to be very careful not to get separated, not to get surrounded. As do find the kill on the Captain Jack. You can see Ricky up there just in the Farah's face, trying to hunt down the Mercy, as Chrissy finds the kill onto Harvick. Where Shatter and company are going to flip the point, and they're making a fight of this. This team is not going down without a fight, as we've come to expect from the Flying Gorillas.
And Chrissy was a bloodthirsty Lucio back on Li Zhang. We're seeing it again here. What a wonderful display from the Lucio here for Flying Gorillas. Maybe that is the change-up that maybe they needed, bringing in the Lucio specialist here for them.
Jomac going in, drops the mines over the stairwell. It's going to keep Flying Gorillas up close and personal, and then just going to roll out to grade them. The barrage is out as well. DM'd enough, and Chrissy will find that kill once again, proving her point in spades. As D-Max comes through, self-destruct, use just to get back in. Ooh, the Shatter comes through just to deny Naga that mech. Oh, man, what a play to keep Flying Gorillas in this fight and try to keep an edge, but J-Mac continues to raid hell. Scoldy lands a 2-man pulse bomb. That one will win him the fight.
Yeah, and I mean, Chrissy did drop the sound barrier too, so that was able to keep them up through the mid-fight to get those late kills. And then a beautiful stick from Scoldy there with the pulse bomb. That wins them the fight. They're on 65%. You've got 3 ultimates. You've got this Ant Matrix. Depending on where they path from, maybe you can really use it to stall the aggression coming in from the free takeaways, because, I mean, the barrage is going to be coming up pretty soon here. If they keep landing stuff in, you're going to have the Transcendence so to keep yourself up through the Deadeye.
While the Tracer duel was going on, the front line of Fly Gorillas have pushed all the way out and overstanding a bit. Joe Mack is happy to oblige. Self-destruct does come through and pick up one as Goldie finds the other support. No supports left standing here for free takeaways who are just all over the map. Little individual duels going on all over the place, and Joe Mack is winning every one of theirs right now. Has Mines Online ready to go. Picks up 2. Gets 3 for Joe Mack on the Wrecking Balls. The flip comes through with Gorillas at 99.
Yeah, I mean, it's last fight territory. I mean, and 1-5-1 here, and you're going to see Gorillas take the first map here of Oasis. And, I mean, they've got Barrage to deny the aggression coming in. They've got the mines to cordon off any area that they really want. Nothing much online. You know, Scoldy is going to have to land another massive pulse bomb here to stop the aggression, or to start the aggression going in.
Oh, that's dangerous positioning. Woo, that was hairy. You know Flying Gorillas were sweating that running around coast, and that's why. Mines everywhere. Joe Mack all over it. And Flying Gorillas, in an attempt to take the high ground, just run into so much death.
So much death.
So much death.
So much death, as Hanzo would very stoically say. But you still have some initiation tools here. Chrissy Chan's going to come up onto this sound barrier. You're probably going to have to use it to go in on tempo, because now you are definitely in last fight territory. Jack has the Valkyrie available, ready to go. Scoldy, let's see if you can land it.
Ooh, just narrowly misses that as a self-destruct comes out over the top, but it lands on the center pillar. Pulse up in the back is going to take care of Chrissy. No more speed left with this team. War Shattered Company just need to bunker down and hit these targets as they approach. And they're just getting picked apart from all angles. You can see War Shattered just spinning in all directions as the fire is pouring in. Even the support's getting into the mix. And that is going to do it for round 1. FT 1 round away from winning yet another T6 Grand Finals.
Oh my. Woo. Oh, I don't know if my poor ticker can take any more of this bull skunk. I mean, they had 99, and just the individual skill. I mean, Harvey picked up 2 unassisted, and then dropped the Ant Matrix. So the tracking and the aim coming from the support here was absolutely lethal. Now here, if you are Flying Gorillas, this is the map that you wanted to see. You were praying to see. So you're going to have a chance to really brawl it out against this mobile comp that's coming in from free takeaways. Still, you're going to have your head on the swivel with Ivan on this far, because they've gotten a lot of free value out of this. Lobendo, this is your time to shine, my friend.
Flying Gorillas going down low. They have to be perfect from here on out on this map and all after if they want to take home the crown. Patiently waiting inside. What are you doing? Lucio? Lucio is from the far back as well? Oh, that's the Tracer. That's Scoldy on the Tracer in the far back. Okay, they decided their cooldowns are ready. Time is right. They found their target, and they pounce. Harvey goes down immediately as Flying Gorillas emerge with a fury from the low ground. Jack Cardate falls as well. They do lose Scoldy along the way, but a massive advantage as they found both supports in that engagement.
Yep, and I mean, that's going to be the first point here to Flying Gorillas. And I mean, look at the ultimate charges. Ricky, almost 50% to a self-destruct. Are you kidding me? But what I'm looking at right now is Captain Jack on this Tracer, 75%, but gets taken down by the counter and Scoldy. So that's definitely going to stop the aggression coming in for a minute coming from free takeaways.
Ricky just focused on the front line on the other side, and it just leaves Ivan is just kind of uncontested right now. There's nobody looking at Ivan's direction, and they're just pouring rocket after rocket onto the point. It's just all explosions. Vovendo finally looks up to the skies, takes him down with the Peacekeeper, but it's a little too late as FT are going to flip this point once they deal with Scoldy's stall.
Yeah, I mean, Scoldy getting enough out there. Here comes Chrissy Chan trying to get more percentage. I like the fact that they're investing the time into this. Don't let it flip free.
Absolutely. Deadeye, Ant Matrix coming in. Self-destruct's going to get thrown into the back, but the Pulse Bomb lands first. Back both Pulse Bombs, picking up a kill as the brawl breaks out in earnest on this point. But as all blue lighting up the feed, now there's an Ant Matrix in the back. Free takeaways are in full control, and they're dealing with the threats as they land on the objective one by one. But all the while, Flying Gorillas are picking up percentage. Oh, the remake from Ricky is just off point, and it flips.
Yeah, but I mean, they've got the kill on the Naga right now, so that is going to be an initiation point right now. They've got the numbers right now to take this point right now. If they get aggressive with it, there goes the main takedown. Oh, my word, Harvey, you're in trouble.
Yep, Harvey's going to fall as well. Ricky then flies up and deals with the Pharah in the sky. And that's going to be a quick flip coming back through the other way. Once again, Flying Gorillas with a nice lead and threatening to increase it right here.
Jomac gets back, but he gets deleted. That's going to be the flip right there. I mean, they only lost, 29% there. So, I mean, they've got the tools in the bag right now. Momentum coming up on another Deadeye. I think that's going to be the real nail in the coffin. They need to draw out Harvey's immortality barrier before he tries to drop it.
Reading Scoldy's position. Ivan goes up to the high ground and just kind of scares Scoldy off. Captain Jack does get taken down by Vobindo, but Vobindo falls as well. So that Deadeye will not come out anytime soon. Shatter out from Worth is going to find Ivan, but the Immortality Veiled is up, keeping them alive. So they are able to get up in the air and throw down the barrage, but it's an immediate death sentence for the Far from above. Press Y to die, and indeed, as anticipated, Flying Gorillas take the edge, take the win on University. They're sending us over to Gardens to keep their Grand Finals hopes alive.
Oh, boy. I thought that Ivan was going to be able to drop that barrage on their unwitting heads, because the immortality barrier had already come out from Bryax, but it did not work in their favor. Scoldy absolutely one clipping Ivan out of the sky before any value was gotten out of it. So now it's all to play for here. This is your tournament lives on the line, Flying Gorillas. Do you have the fortitude, the stamina to keep it up and take us to a map number 6?
No changes from either side. Well, again, Harvey on a Lucio here, as a matter of fact. Actually, now that I'm looking at this, as opposed to what we were seeing on the last map. We're going to get free takeaways, taking the high ground. Just using that high mobility to their advantage and setting up to pounce down on the unsuspecting, or at least onto the low ground Flying Gorillas. Already picked up one. Jomac is going to at least force Scoldy out of there, while Captain Jack finds the kill onto Ricky. +2 the free takeaways in this fight, and they thrive in this chaos. They pick apart Flying Gorillas and will pick up first control.
Oh, yeah, especially with the Reinhardt going down like that and the roll through. It's just everything that they need. Oh, man, Jomac taking a ton of damage there, but the sustain is so good there. The peel is so good. Naga getting that defense matrix up in the very nick of time to keep him up, make sure he doesn't take a ton of damage out of it. And now Ivan is just starting to rain these rockets in on top of Flying Gorilla's head. You're coming up on ultimates right now. You've got the Valkyrie ready to go. You're gonna have the pulse bomb. You're gonna have the barrage coming into this next fight as we cross 25%.
Ivan picks a bit out of the back line before Flying Gorillas can even really get close. Jomac and company are going to sweep around and just try to pincer him in, and are finding success in doing so. 2 kills for Ivan, and Captain Jack still way deep in enemy territory, putting so much hurt down. Naga is going to even eat a pulse bomb, and Flying Gorillas are struggling so far on Gardens.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just the hyper-aggressiveness that's coming out from free takeaways. They smell blood in the water. They smell that championship around their neck, and they are not willing to let go with it with anything. Big stick coming from Captain Jack. There's the immortality barrier out. Now you have a free barrage coming up in this next fight.
The Jedi from the high ground trying to focus out. Oh, no, but gets knocked off the side by Jomac, who has the mines ready to go. Over the top, focused on Warshatter, as Ivan is going to take down the Baptiste, go down. I anticipated to throw mines back in the corner, decides they don't even need him, as Ivan picks up 3 from above, doesn't even pull the trigger on the salvo of justice.
That's just a death knell right there. I mean, they're going to have some work to get in here. Scoldy's swapped over to the Echo. Yes, this is the last chance. This is championship point right here as we cross 90%. You've got self-destruct and mines and the barrage online. Can they do it? Can they secure this win, or will they be denied by Scoldy and company trying to get in on this point and disrupt them?
Flying Gorillas making swaps as they have one less opportunity to get themselves back into this match. Free takeaways, lose Ivan early, and it's a +1 to the to the Gorillas, but Vopena goes down as well. Swinging up to the high ground. Warshatter doesn't really find what they're looking for and swings back down, trying to chase out the Mercy. The Mercy manages to work back around and get Ivan back into this fight. Self-destruct finds 3! And Flying Gorillas keep hopes alive, but 99% on the board for free takeaways. Jomac and Captain Jack still on this objective, keeping a fight out of it. They're quickly disposed of.
Oh my God, Ricky, you just came up clutch in the biggest way. Holy cow, now the real work begins. You've got to hold it for another 92%. You're still facing Barrage. You're still facing self-destruct. But Vomendo starting to work up towards another Deadeye. We're looking for Scoldy to build up to this duplicate and see what they can get out of it. Chrissy, you got to get this sound barrier up, my friend.
Ricky in the face of Ivan. It's a must. You cannot let this far run rampant on this point. There it is again. You see Ricky just trying to keep the pressure down. Meanwhile, down low, Naga's able to get one. Throws the self-destruct over the top. Does not find anything. Ricky continues to pressure the skies while Shatter is keeping the ground safe for their team. Look at how much they're respecting Ivan in the air. Just everybody focused on trying to kill this Pharah, but the Pharah will just not go down. Robendo uses the Deadeye and is going to take down Jomac as the barrages eventually come through. Picks up 1, picks up 2. Oh, this could be it. This could seal the deal and win the championship for free takeaways. Too much rockets coming in on both tanks. Shatter very low. Just 1 tick of health. Ricky with just 1 tick of health is able to take down Ivan. And Shatter falls. Ricky does eventually go down to the hands of Captain Jack as the battle is breaking out on the inside of the hallway. Flying Gorillas with little room to work are stuck inside the close quarters with just Obendo keeping the point alive, keeping the overtime contest going, and then finds the kill onto Jack, but Naga's gonna eventually take them down. Shatter here spinning. I'm sorry, that is the duplicate from Scoldy, spinning to win, dropping a duplicate set of mines onto the point, but the facade eventually fades, and back to the sky they go. Ricky's gonna throw down the self-destruct over the top of the point, but no such luck this time. No big 3K for them. Jomac still rolling around with their partner in crime. Naga will not die on this point. Free takeaways. They just cannot be killed.
Oh my gosh, we've already had the flip go over, so any time that we lose these 2 players coming off for Flying Gorillas, it's over. It's Dunsky because we are in overtime for a long time. It's going to burn down so fast. Harvey!
Ivan is focusing down Ricky with just 1 tick. It's Team Max. Shatter doesn't have much left of their own as Naka's going to throw the self-destruct on the point, and that's going to do it. Free takeaways. Take the championship from Flying Gorillas, winning 4 maps in a row in an absolute thriller to finish it off. Oh my goodness, what a series, what a performance from your T6 champions. Free takeaways, the virtual confetti falling from the skies on your kings of Xbox right now. They take down the NA Flying Gorillas 4-1, put the crowns on their heads, Billy. Yeah, it's
what we deserved. That is exactly what we as a community deserved. The highest level, showing us the highest commitment, the highest skill. And boy, were we treated to a hell of a series tonight. I don't care what the score was. It was everything that I was hoping for in a Tier 6 final. And boy, were we rewarded as a community. Oh, that's all. They weren't willing to die. They weren't willing to die. It was 99-0, and they got it up to 60%. Ricky, the 3-man bomb. Not willing to die. They gave it everything.
Just an absolutely nutty performance. Like that just breathed new life into Flying Gorillas when that bomb hit. And I was like, oh, are they going to do it? Are they going to take us to that map 6? But no, free takeaways would not be denied. Jomac just outstanding on that wrecking ball. One of the best I've seen in console watch. Which I think leads to our player of the match. I've got to give it to Jomac, leading the charge, making life easy for whichever Pharah player, whether it was NGL or Ivan in the end, in the end there. The Pharah just had easy pickings. It was just, here comes Jomac, pull, boom, in the air they go. The boobs were beautiful. The minefield placements were insane. Joe Mack is my grand finals pick for MVP.
I have to agree, but I have to give a super strong honorable mention to Harvey. Harvey showed us 3-4 different healers and was getting assassinations with all of them. Harvey came over that double boop in the middle of that chaotic last fight, putting the team on their back in the healer role. You know, the healers can get kills too, and boy, did Harvey show up and show out as well. But man, Joe Mack, yeah, definitely definitely has to be the player of the match for me as well.
Oh my goodness. I mean, just breath taken away from this fantastic performance. You'll love to see it. That was just so fun. That was such a joy to watch. Massive congratulations to Free Takeaways on their championship victory. They complete the perfect season, completely flawless throughout the entirety of our fall 2020 multi-tier tournament 8. What a way to conclude the Xbox competition for fall 2020.
Boy, and you know, talking about concluding things, as I've talked to a few people, but now I'm going to go ahead and make it official. This is going to be my last CGL MTT tournament. This is my last time casting Xbox for the console, at least for the foreseeable future, as I'm going to concentrate on my PC casting, trying to get ahead in that scene. And I'm going to cry. It's been a hell of a ride, guys. The community, I love you. I hope you guys know that. But it's time for me to move on and pursue my dream of being a caster and owl someday. But you guys have made this a very memorable season for me, and this grand finals is has been cool for me.
Yeah, it's. I'm not even sure what to say. I'm stumbling over my own words, looking for the appropriate ones to put here. We've been lucky to have you, Billy. It's been an absolute pleasure. And obviously, I'm going to keep casting with you. We work together a lot in the PC scene. But just speaking from the console world is fortunate to have had you here to bring so much joy and bring these awesome matches. That's thank you. So without this, we would have never cast together. You know,
Without you guys,
we would have never met. We would have never started casting together. So I mean, definitely.
I love all you guys.
big thank you to everybody at CGL, to Headroomer for putting on this awesome tournament. Massive thank you to both of our two teams for giving us one heck of a show. Absolutely amazing. And most importantly, thank y'all for hanging out with us. Thank you for spending this time with us and enjoying some console Overwatch. It's been an absolute pleasure and an honor to get to bring you these tier 6 finals and to bring you all of these games throughout the multi-tier tournament in fall 2020. So with a little bit of heavy hearts and a lot of love, all I have left to say is please look out for each other in game and out. And we'll see you back here next week as we get into the PlayStation Grand Finals. We'll see you back here then. Have a wonderful night, everybody.
Love y'all.